Oh yeah, perfect. All right, Boost Bros. Today we're taking the Wilson out to Whistler. It's one of the last days that it's open.
You guys haven't forgot about the 26-inch Wilson, have you? The last time we took it out was in May when we went to Mount Prevost, and I scratched the stanchion pretty badly. Now ever since I got my 2 new Evolve bikes, the Wilson has been chilling out, not really getting much exercise. But I really wanted to take it out to Whistler one last time before the season ends. Now, just so that everyone is aware, my deal with Evolve is that most of my videos will feature their bikes, and occasionally I can try out something else for fun. So that's what we're doing in this video. When I was test riding the Wilson to see how it was really doing, I was actually kind of surprised that it was not really in the best shape. The rotor bolts were loose, had to tighten those up. One of my pedals was wiggly, so that was sketchy. The brakes overall didn't even feel all that great. And of course, my stanchion's leaking a bit of oil because that scratch ruined one of the seals. Now to fix this stanchion scratch, I used 400 grit and 2000 grit sandpaper. I started with 400 grit, and after I was satisfied, I polished it with some wet 2000 grit sandpaper, and then I put a coat of clear nail polish on top. It hardened, I sanded it up again, and now it is smooth and ready to go. After that, I finally got the fork rebuilt, so now we have fresh new seals, and everything feels great. This is the last trip to Whistler that I did this year, and I took up my Evolve Alpha and my Wilson. And I should just mention that my Skypilot was away in the shop, so I couldn't even ride it anyway.
I did a few runs of warm-up already, but let's go shred some trails. Do some Ninja Cougar. Woo. Ooh. Yeah, so some of this is like kind of thawing out here. Oh. It's even more frozen early in the morning.
I don't know about you guys, but I actually quite like riding on frozen dirt. For one, because it's not muddy, of course, but also it actually rides kind of the same as when it's dry out.
The thing is though, early in the morning it was so cold I didn't even want to go biking. Now it's a pretty nice temperature. Alright, I need to take my sweater off. It's hot. Alright, afternoon July. I love this one. Alright. Why? That was the stupidest thing ever. Ripped my pants there. Sucks. Well, I got a crack on my helmet there. I know I've been needing a new helmet for quite a while now anyway, and yeah, I guess I might have to get a new helmet today after all, actually. Look what happened to my gimbal in my Hero 6. Smashed the screen into the gimbal there. Gimbal's bent. Oh my goodness. That is a busted gimbal. The GoPro is actually still on. Kind of messed up that screen there. That sucks so much. Hope my Wilson's alright. Oh, left a couple marks. That could have been from my GoPro or something. Or maybe the bike. Oh, handlebars are crooked. Ah, shoot. I guess it just hammered right into the stem, it looks like. Alright, fix up the fork good enough, at least for now. I'll gonna go back to my car and check on it again. Hurt my hand there. That kind of stuff pisses me off so much. I just can't even believe it.
So that was it for the gimbal footage. But at least my Hero 7 is perfectly intact, and so I can get chin cam footage with that.
Man, my Wilson feels so good though too. Like, then I have to go and crash. Oh.
No warm-ups.
Sure thing.
My friend Wesley finally came out at this point as well. I checked over my bike again and everything seemed fine now. So we're just gonna have some fun and see what we can get up to in these next 2 days.
It's the longest lineup all day.
That crash also hurt my chest a bit because of hitting that tree. And I'm not sure if wearing the chest gimbal made it worse or if it protected me from more harm. But when I would take deep breaths that day, there would be a bit of pain. I actually went to the hospital after riding today for x-rays just to make sure everything was fine. And it turns out I was all good. I just had a bit of pain in my chest for about the next week or so.
It's really kind of quiet, honestly, don't you think? Oh yeah. Sick, bro. Everything's thawing out. Look at all this. This was frozen solid in the morning. Frozen. This is the best. Look at all this. Pour frost. Sweet. All right, all right, all right. Woo! Woohoo! One butter. All right. Oh yeah. Whoa. Sweet.
Frozen Dirt Merchant was running pretty much the same as it does when it's nice and dry out. The problem comes later on where the sun is shining on it.
Ooh, this is so nice. It's all frozen. It's beautiful. Woo! I'm getting a little bit better at that. Okay, that was all soft. Ah, man. Shoot.
Yeah, it's thawing out and then it kind of ruins the flow.
Oh man. Ah, it was good up until
Terrible for me.
the last bit.
I couldn't even ride anything.
Shoot.
I'm absolutely triggered right now.
Yeah, this stuff is just hard to clear because, like,
You wanna follow me and just see what's wrong? Like,
sure, yeah,
it's on me, cause like I don't know what the hell it is. You ready?
yeah.
Wesley got a new bike recently, and for whatever reason, he was just having a harder time clearing the jumps.
Oh yeah, that was good. Pedal into this. Okay. Do you want to go into Del Vista? All right.
I always find this a really fun line, is doing Dirt Merchant, one of my favorite jump trails, into Del Boca Vista, a really fun green trail, and usually finishing off with A-Line or Canadian Open or something. It's a pretty drastic change in trail type, but it's so much fun.
This tire is leaking. I cannot run that. Like,
Yeah, it is. It is leaking a bit. Shoot. Oh, freaking tubeless, huh? So many people like swear by it, and like,
I hate it.
I have not been convinced that tubeless is better objectively. Like, it's just is different.
It's different.
Cause like, I just feel like you're so much more susceptible to just destroying your rear wheel.
Canadian Open is one of the better ways to finish our runs out here. In fact, I'm actually going to try out the beginning of it later on in this video. And it's been a long time since I've rode the whole beginning part of that trail.
Oh yeah. Wow! Whoa! Oh, I sent it. Sick. Oh, that feels so good, man.
Wesley needed to check on his tire pressures, and after that, we are gonna now try out some more tech trails. I really want to see how this bike handles it now that I've changed the Geo into the low position. Riding my slack Evolve Skypilot has really warmed me up to that slacker geometry, while before I was a bit more hesitant to try it out. This bike only goes to a 64-degree head angle in its slackest position, so it's actually not even that slack. But you know, this is a product from the past, from 2013 with the 26-inch wheels. And it's cool just to ride bikes from a different time period, you know?
Oh, man. That's the lamest thing. I didn't even notice.
Why wouldn't they have it up there if it's closed?
Okay, let's. All right. Whoa!
Okay, you go first, I'll follow you.
Some steep stuff. Oh, that's not even that bad. That's actually super sick. Some of those corners are not the best at that. Yeah, I changed the geometry to the oh boy, wow, to the low setting on my Wilson here, so it's better for downhill. That was sick.
Oh, that beginning part where it gets really steep?
Yeah, like I thought it was gonna be scary. So Joyride's closed.
Let's go to Dwayne.
Yeah, let's do it. I probably did it like once this year. Do you want to lead for it?
Sure. Tires are good. Ready?
Yeah. All right. Oh yes. Woo! Yeah, baby. So good. Mint. One butter. Yeah, dude, that was sick.
Yeah, I like that trail.
I can't turn on that slippery rock. That was kind of sketch. Whoops. Okay, some of these times I kind of feel like I should take some air out of my tires. Woo! Yeah. That was a really fun run.
That was good.
Oh, why does that feel so good? I think the air I took out of my tire works. Wow.
I did that today as well.
Yeah. I don't know if I took the right line. That's sketchy. Yeah, I should have been more like riders left, right? Yeah. Every time I hit it though, it's like, wow, it's kind of sketch, but
My tire's really low. It's either I pump it up or I just do harder darkness.
Okay, my brakes are kind of going in and out there. We got bears. We got bears. I kind of want to pet it. I don't think that's a good idea.
Nearing the end of the day, the dirt has been thawing out, and there was still quite a mixture of muddy dirt, dry dirt, and frozen dirt. So it made for a pretty unique riding experience. So overnight, it did freeze again, and the next morning, of course, it starts to thaw out again. Now on day 2, things were getting a bit warmer, and it actually made the conditions pretty nice considering it was the end of the season. But honestly, I was actually hoping it would have been colder to keep the frozen dirt around longer. And one reason why frozen dirt can be so grippy is because when it's muddier and thawed out as it was at the end of the day yesterday, then you make all these imprints into the dirt with your tires. And then that freezes overnight, and then the dirt becomes frozen with all this nice texture to it. It's actually a pretty cool thing to ride. And our friend Alex came up for day 2, so we got some laps in with him. And what we're doing in this run is we're making our way down to Canadian Open, and we're gonna ride that first bit that I almost never ride.
And it gets wet. Oh wow, look at this. I know why their crank it up is closed now.
Damn! What is this?
Crank it up.
Oh, sure.
Whoa! Okay. That got icy. Oh man. Oh, this is open.
You want to send it?
Oh boy. Maybe. I've actually like almost never ride it.
Same.
It might be fun to do it.
Well, I think we should.
Yeah. Whew. I like never do Canadian Open.
I've been riding the Whistler Bike Park since 2005, and I bet I could count on one hand the amount of times I've ridden Canadian Open, which is a real shame because it's actually a lot of fun, as I'm discovering right now. Now, I've never had a downhill bike until last year anyway, so there was reasons why I never rode it because I just found it was too gnarly with my little bikes. But as I'm discovering now, I'm really enjoying this, especially with the downhill bike. It's a lot of fun.
All right. It's a little tight there. Yeah, I'm not the greatest at this trail, but that's okay. Pretty sweet. I think this is where we join Joyride. I have no idea what the best line is. Oh man, I do not know their lines, but that is fun. Whew. That is chunky.
Having so much fun riding this tech on my Wilson really makes me want to ride it again on my Skypilot, since that bike is such a boss at those gnarly techie downhill trails.
Oh, that was good. That was really fun.
It'd be fun to ride that track a bunch, actually.
Yeah, it'd be fun to get fast at it. Like, I'm not that fast at it, but I still thought it was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, well, once you nail down the best lines.
So this is the last day that I rode the Whistler Bike Park this year, and basically the last Whistler video until next year. Unless I do maybe some kind of compilation video or some other video with some old footage, because there's still some unreleased footage that I may or may not end up uploading, so we'll see. If anything, it would at least be released to my patrons.
That was good.
They already shot off the hoses to prevent freezing, so we have to return with really dirty bikes. Well, I thought it was pretty cool, giving the Wilson a bit of exercise again, but otherwise I'm going to be hopping back on the two Evolve bikes, the Skypilot and the Alpha, throughout the whole winter, and we're going to have a lot of fun, so stay tuned for some awesome content coming up. And I have to give a big thank you to all my patrons. They are such a big help in me being a full-time independent YouTube creator. It is so much fun having a community of people that I can share more behind the scenes information and details with, and extended cuts and bonus footage and things like that. I also want to encourage you guys to check out my stickers on my website and consider supporting me on Patreon. See you later.